Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. And welcome to Sunday morning. On a Sunday, our meditation is always a quiet one. And I've got quite a lengthy piece that I want to read to you. Let's speak about meditation, the benefit of silence, and some studies on the topic. So I think I'll dive right in. Somebody, good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Honey, a very good morning. Happy Sunday. Hello. A regular practice of silence is like medicine, and the long-term healing properties of meditation are becoming increasingly clear through modern science. Recently, meditation researchers have investigated how meditation impacts what is called the brain's default mode network, which includes the self-talk that constantly chatters in the background as you go about your day. Linda, a very good morning. Happy Sunday. For most of us, the default mode network tends to focus on the past or the future instead of the present moment. For example, we may be vaguely aware of thoughts looping through our consciousness such as, why did I say something so stupid? What if I'm not good enough? What if the worst case scenario happens? Have you ever had experience of a negative self-talk chatter like that? Anthony, good morning. Danae, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. A recent functional MRI study revealed shorter neural responses in regions of the default mode network of meditators compared to non-meditators, suggesting that meditating on a regular basis enhances the ability to limit self-talk, such as dwelling on past mistakes or imagining problems in the future, allowing instead for meditators to stay in the now. Beatrix, good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. So in a nutshell, I'll put that whole little piece in just one or two sentences. In a nutshell, what it means is this: people who meditate consistently are developing an increased ability to become aware of the unhelpful thoughts that are on autopilot. And then their ability to take a step back from these unhelpful thoughts keeps on improving. You have within yourself everything you need, and meditation is just one of the tools that can help you unlock your full potential. So let's get to a few thoughts from Michael Beckwith that supports this whole scientific approach. Michael Beckwith says, when a caterpillar spins its cocoon, it goes through a transformative process and then emerges as a butterfly. Similarly, when we go through a practice of meditation and prayer, we loosen our egoic grip on a sense of self that is separate from the world, and we become vehicles of the emergent evolutionary paradigm of love, peace, compassion, wisdom, harmony, and oneness that seeks expression on this planet. He says, meditation and prayer have withstood the test of time. They work today as perfectly as they did for those who first practiced and perfected them. Learn to become still and to take your attention away from what you don't want and all the emotional charge around it, and place your attention on what it is that you wish to experience. And then the last thought from Michael Beckwith is, stop looking outside for help. You are sourced and fueled and funded by a renewable resource which is within you. It never runs out. It is your essence. It is your life. Marsha, good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. Your subconscious is always going to be on autopilot, and the stream of thoughts that your subconscious produces will always be outside of your control. What consistent meditation creates is an increased awareness of these wild horses that your mind produces, and becoming more aware of them as they come into being. And where perhaps in the past you found yourself desperately clinging onto the backs of one wild horse after the other, regular meditation helps you see that you just don't have to try and ride any of them at all. You don't have to do anything more than stand behind the fence and watch. And the more you observe, the clearer you can see, these thoughts are not who I am. That is when you start to become familiar with a deeper part of you. Michael Beckwith describes it as, then we become vehicles of the emergent evolutionary paradigm of love, peace, compassion, wisdom, harmony, and oneness that seeks expression on this planet. Double down on your practice of meditation, and not only will you clearly begin to see the fearful ways of how the ego thinks, you'll also become immersed in the fearless ways of how the soul thinks. Continue down this path, and you will find yourself growing into the expression of your soul. It is the only logical conclusion. So if you're ready, let's slip into that silent space together. You can close your eyes, and here we go, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. Your only job right now is, with every exhale, to lead your body to a deeper level of softness than the one before. There's no need to try and force your mind to be empty, to try and force your brain to think no thoughts. But to realize, just like wild horses, you can stay behind the fence and just watch. See the horses run. How many times have you found yourself clinging to the necks of one wild horse after the other? as you ride these random thoughts that your brain produces. This is your opportunity to practice. Pay attention to when a thought hijacks you. When you realize you're on the back of a wild horse again. And then simply bring your attention back to your breath. Bring your attention back to your body softening. And you'll find yourself behind the fence again, simply watching. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Use the last few breaths of this phase to help your body stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Roll out your neck muscles, roll out your shoulder muscles, and stretch out your back muscles. having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as present as we are able to be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Just before we get into the start of the breath holding section, Our conversation started with wild horses and how our thoughts are often like wild horses. And we can learn to not compulsively be on the backs of these wild horses, but take a step back and just watch them run. Do my thoughts, do I sometimes get hijacked by my own thoughts? And the answer is absolutely yes. I often get hijacked by my wild horses. I get hijacked by thoughts while I'm leading this meditation. But I know what my job is. My job is simply to be aware of it happening. To see, oh yeah, there my thought goes, thinking about what I need to do tomorrow. And I'll bring it back. I'll come back to this moment, this meditation, feeling this body soften. We never get to a place where we are so zen that we never get hijacked by our thoughts anymore. But we can become really good at seeing it happen. And just taking a step back from those thoughts again and again and again. So as you start the breath holding section, simply do that. Pay attention to when your thoughts are hijacked. And every time, come back to your breath, come back to your breath hold, and come back to feeling this body soften. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every fiber of your being. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. Our conversation today started with the idea of thoughts being like wild horses. And the fact that we can become better at not always jumping onto the backs of these wild horses. We can take a step back and just watch them run. We don't have to be involved. It's a little bit like when you go to the gym and you want to make muscles stronger. You have to pick up heavy weights repeatedly. Again and again and again, you have to go through the reps. And similarly for us to grow stronger, building an awareness of thoughts coming up, building an awareness of when our thoughts hijack us, and then becoming better at just taking a step back from these thoughts. Again and again and again. That is like going to the gym, doing the reps over and over again. When we do these reps, building the awareness of when our thoughts grab too much of our attention, and building that muscle of our awareness stronger by taking a step back every time we find we've been hijacked. This is what makes us stronger. We have just a few more minutes of silence left. One more time to practice. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Michael Beckwith reminds us that meditation and prayer have withstood the test of time. They work today as perfectly as they did for those who first practiced and perfected them. Learn to become still and to take your attention away from what you don't want. Take your attention away from all the emotional charge around what you don't want, and learn to place your attention on what it is that you wish to experience. We'll take the last 5 breaths of gratitude together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the opportunity to slip into silence together. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the opportunity to practice the awareness of what my thoughts are doing, so that I can take a step back and not just blindly ride these wild horses that my brain produces. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for getting to know which or who is the part of me that can take a step back and observe. Who am I being when I'm behind the fence, when I place myself behind the fence to just watch these wild horses run? Take a deep breath in. Thank you for having become so deeply familiar with my soul, my being. Having become much less the expression of my fearful ego, and so much more having become the expression of my fearless soul. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for slipping into a quiet space with us. Nella, a very good morning. Hello. Karen, good evening. Marsha, good morning. Awesome having you all here. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sunmuddy. Thank you, Danae. Beatrix, thank you for joining us this morning. Awesome having you all in this quiet space together. I hope you have an awesome Sunday, have enough rest, and make sure you have enough fun. See you all again as we jump into the week tomorrow. Lots of love to you all. Ciao, ciao.